4 million. About 4 million students have abandoned their studies in Brazil in 2020 during the pandemic. These numbers are scary and make us wonder what the reasons are. 24% of those who left were due to financial issues. Often, the students' parents had to choose between leaving their child in a quality private school or buying food, and the second choice was inevitable. 22% of those who dropped out did not even take online classes in the pandemic and ended up giving up studying, and 20% had no access to online classes, either because they did not have a computer, or because the family only had one cell phone, or either because they did not have any electronic devices. When I see these numbers, being a Brazilian, I feel sad to know that many children and teenagers may be working to help their families instead of studying, playing, living these years we all live only once. But what can be done to resolve this situation? To end the school dropout in the pandemic, public policies are needed that encourage students to participate in online classes and that there is a way for them to access these classes. One of the biggest problems that students face to access online classes is the lack of a cell phone, computer, or any electronic device that allow access to classes at distance. A solution to this problem would be the distribution by the government of states and municipalities of tablets with internet chips to students. Thus, these students could access online classes, in addition to be able to enjoy other advances and facilities that technology brings. And this also shows to the students that there is an effort from them to continue to take classes. For example, a student who does not have access to online classes is discouraged from school and may leave it. But when he receives a tablet to be able to take these classes, he understands that there are people who care that he continues to take classes. But it's not only necessary to give tablets to students, it is also necessary to guarantee access to the internet. In Brazil, around 40 million people do not have access to the internet, either because they cannot afford it or because they cannot access it in the area where they live. Therefore, the construction of internet antennas in peripheral regions and without such access is essential. Well, so now the problem is solved? No, it isn't. As there are those students who have already dropped out of school. For them, there needs to be an incentive to return to school, whether these incentives comes from parents, school, community, or government. Even you can help. If you know a young person who dropped out of school, encourage him to come back. Tell him the benefits that school has brought you and where you have gone with your studies. Summarizing, the key to preventing school dropout is ensuring access to online classes and encouraging those students who have already left school to go back to school. Students need to know that nothing will stop them from studying, not even the pandemic. School and learning are essential pillars for the development of students, and without them, we will be ruining the future and dreams of them. So I would like to ask you a question. What can you do to prevent a student from dropping out of school? Remember, we need to worry about the student's future, because it's the future of the world.